Charis, looking through the book here, it's, well, stating the obvious thing to begin with, really, is that there's actually alarmingly little in the book. And it's going to be very hard to show that ideas have developed given the actual volume of work. So it's absolutely vital that you attend catch up. And Mondays and Tuesdays after school is good for catch up. I hope you made more headway towards the end of the sessions on Thursday. But this really is a sort of make or break moment here. Um, the um, the work just needs a considerably more volume in it. We'll be finishing this book very soon after Christmas, so we're looking at just a few pages here. Having said that, the mind map is quite promising. There's some indication of some possible deeper thoughts going on as we start to approach the outside. I'd be supplemented even more. It's visible. It's interesting the way the connections are made visually. They sort of grow out in a way which is kind of visually quite different from other mind maps I've had a look at. But some visuals on the outside would be very useful. Some speculation as to how you might visualize some of these ideas about the self. Interesting, but just out of the blue, don't quite know where it's coming from. I know that it's from continuous line drawing, but there's clearly it's a kind of half done piece of work, and we'll need finishing as a matter of urgency. Likewise, intriguing, rather kind of half done. I don't mean to be negative. I'm just thinking I'm looking for potential here. And there's very little to actually go on because there's actually not a lot of work here. The annotation needs to be more significant and questioning. For example, what is the effect of having this kind of strange green hand and a nose? I mean, was that deliberate just to leave things as simple as that? If it was, then great. I kind of like that sort of strange combination, but we don't know whether it's that or just simply that you haven't finished the work. Likewise here, potential, very sort of interesting linear sort of work, and I rather like this sort of parallel lines and travelling across surfaces and so on and so forth. It would be really good to see this take off a bit so that you're thinking with the way in which you do the work, not just through writing up lots of evaluation and so on. Then we're straight into Jenny Savile. So we've got some kind of more significant of looking at a particular artist, but I don't see any evidence of actually doing a study of the work. And it's also a little bit kind of alarming to see that this is just a torn out image. It would be nice to see, well, is it deliberate again? Is it supposed to be trimmed? I don't know because there's very little to go on. And again, the visual subject. It would be good to see how you've treated this visually. We need some more input, some drawing, some colour. Okay, so again, some writing. No reason why we shouldn't have some other Savile here or some study of the Savile in various media. We could be looking at oil, pastel, or paint. So you start to look at the colour. Let's move on. So we're not quite sure who this is. There's no image of the person. So very little to go on. There's no visual indication of the studying of the artist. And likewise here, we're kind of left guessing. And again, if there's something deliberate in this, then absolutely fine. This kind of straight edge and this torn bit, and the kind of half finished bit. Then that's an interesting way to explore, is to actually take up the visual qualities of the book and let those be an indication of where your work could go. But there's just not quite enough. It would be really important to have a conversation with either myself or Miss Phillips to see how to just raise the output of the work here. Again, not sure what that is. Quite like this page, but again, not quite sure what it's intended to do. The beginnings of something, not quite sure of the style, why you did it in this way, and what this is for. And then another sort of another mind map. I'd like to see more, perhaps, what this is about, where it's going. Have some more visuals around the outside. It would be just very good to have more to comment on, and that's it. I mean, we're looking at dealing with this as a matter of urgency, or we've got to draw questions over the sort of possibility of being able to actually complete the course even. So if you could come and see me as soon as possible. Mondays and Tuesdays after school is very good, but I will probably catch up with you before long.